Yes, the speech at the Mansion House was not a warning, it was a sentence. On January the 15th, 2026, the Mayor of London stood up and delivered a verdict on the future of work. He spoke of mass unemployment. He was not being dramatic. He was simply reading the facts aloud. London, he explained, is uniquely vulnerable. Its economy is a monument to white-collar industries, finance, law, professional services, the creative sector. These gilded towers are now the front line, and the first casualties, he declared, will be the young. The entry-level roles are set to be wiped out. This is not a drill, this is a purge. He called artificial intelligence a weapon of mass destruction of jobs. This was not hyperbole. It was a precise description of a tool doing its job with brutal efficiency. Mass unemployment, accelerated inequality, unprecedented concentration of wealth and power. This is already happening. Let us be perfectly clear about your degree. It is a beautiful piece of paper. It is an expensive piece of paper. It proves you can sit in a room for 3 or 4 years and complete a series of tasks. It is no longer a ticket to the future. It is a souvenir, a memento from a bygone era, a receipt for a service you purchased just before the entire economy changed its operating system. You framed it, you hung it on the wall. While you did, the world it was meant to unlock ceased to exist. The promise was simple. Work hard, get the grades, go to a good university. A career will be waiting. That promise is now null and void. The bottom has been automated. The ropes have been cut. The ladder is being pulled up. The marketplace cares only about efficiency, cost, output. Your diploma represents an investment in a human asset, now often economically uncompetitive. It is a historical document. Understand its true function in 2026. It is a participation trophy from the old economy. It signifies you are present. It does not signify you are prepared. The world changed the rules while you studied the old ones. Put it away and face the world as it is. The reason for this demolition is not complicated. It is not personal. It is just math. A recent report from Korn Ferry lays out the numbers with chilling clarity. 37% of entry-level positions face replacement. These are the roles where you were supposed to learn, to make mistakes, to prove your worth. They are now marked for deletion. Companies are not evil, they are rational, they follow the money. The logic is brutally simple. Why pay 100K for a human who needs sleep when a 20K agent never stops? It is a 5-to-1 cost advantage. The agent does not ask for raises, does not take holidays, does not have personal problems, and it never, ever complains. Faced with that choice, a board has a legal duty to shareholders. The decision is economic. They will choose the agent. They are already choosing it. The work is repetitive, rule-based, perfectly suited for a machine. The numbers have spoken. For almost 40% of junior roles, the verdict is replacement. Let's dwell on that number, because it is the only thing that matters. $100,000 for a human, $20,000 for an agent. This is not a negotiation. It is a knockout blow. The human comes with baggage, insurance, pension, a desk. They need management, mentoring, motivation. They get sick, have bad days, make errors, need training, and might still leave. The agent is pure utility, licensed code, arrives trained, learns instantly. Need 10 junior analysts output? You do not hire 10 people. You spin up 9 more instances. The cost is marginal. The output is consistent. The agent needs no office, no manager, no coffee. This is not a moral dilemma. It is a business decision. In a competitive market, roles that can be automated for a fifth of the cost will be automated. You were trained to be the $100,000 option in a world just offered a $20,000 alternative. Your value proposition is untenable. The verdict is in, delivered not by a judge but by a calculator. The consequence of mass replacement is not just unemployment. Think of a career as a ladder. Traditionally, you started on the bottom rung. It was low, reachable. You did the grunt work. It was boring, but essential. It's where you learned and proved reliability. Now those bottom rungs are being systematically removed. 37% of entry-level jobs are being automated. They are not just jobs, they are the practice ground, the nursery, the academy. By replacing juniors with agents, companies save in the short term and demolish their talent pipeline. They are sealing the entrance to the career ladder for a generation. The first step is now 5 feet up. It is a wall, not a ladder. You graduate full of theory and are told your first job requires 3 years' experience. But those jobs no longer exist. You are trapped. This is a permanent structural change, a deliberate corporate architecture built from cold-cost logic. The bottom is being paved over. We expect you to arrive fully formed, while the path to becoming capable has been erased. The entrance is closed. The rungs are gone. Many will tell you to simply try harder. They will offer useless platitudes. Be adaptable, show initiative, network more. This is like telling someone to swim faster as the ship sinks. The problem isn't your effort. The job is being deleted from the system. You cannot outwork an algorithm that runs 24/7, or show more initiative than a machine costing 1/5 your salary. This is a story about systems, not individuals. Automation decisions are made in boardrooms, on spreadsheets. To believe passion or work ethic will reverse this trend is a dangerous fantasy. The race was over before it began. The Korn Ferry report warns of a leadership crisis. Short-term savings today, strategic blunder tomorrow. Do not fall for comforting lies. It is not a test of your resilience, it is a fundamental economic shift. Wasting effort competing for automated roles is like building a sandcastle against a rising tide. The tide does not care, it is coming in regardless. While the floor collapses for the many, a new ceiling for the few is being built out of solid gold. The latest PwC jobs barometer is unequivocal. Elite AI skills command a 56% wage premium, more than double last year. The market is desperate for a tiny handful of people. This is the other side of the coin, the great divergence. As routine labor's value plummets, the value of those who design, build, and manage the machines skyrockets. These are the agent orchestrators, the architects of the new economy, commanding swarms, setting rules, directing power. They are rewarded with fortunes. Wealth concentrates upward in the hands of those holding the keys to the machines. Productivity in AI-exposed sectors has nearly quadrupled. The gains are not shared. This is not meritocracy. It is an aristocracy of skill with a painfully narrow gate. The 56% premium is the reward for being on the right side of the great career wall. Everyone else is left behind. The future of work is a simple 2-lane road. In one lane, agent orchestrators. In the other, obsolete files. No middle ground, no cruising lane. You are either giving the orders or being replaced by an order taker that runs on electricity. The agent orchestrator is the new master craftsman. They do not just use AI, they design its application, they understand systems, build workflows, set ethical guardrails, audit outputs. They conduct a digital orchestra. On the other side, the displaced, trained for 2020 jobs, made redundant by efficiency. Space for average human work is shrinking. Commit to the difficult path and become an orchestrator, or be pushed into crowded, low-paid service jobs. The choice is binary: command or be replaced. You will hear a comforting phrase everywhere: learn to prompt. It will be sold as the solution. It is the new learn to code. Believing prompts will save your career is like thinking a remote makes you a director. It mistakes usage for mastery. An agent is a complex system. Prompting is merely the most basic interface. The valuable work is in the architecture, constraints, goals, data, and orchestration of many agents without error. Prompting is not a deep, defensible skill. It is the bare minimum, like knowing how to turn on a computer. The need for a prompt engineer is a temporary quirk. Soon, you will speak naturally and be understood perfectly. It is a trick, a patch, a distraction, a soft answer to a hard, complex problem. Do not settle for the empty comfort of learning to prompt. The task is to design, manage, and command an army of agents, a ticket to nowhere otherwise. This is not a debate, this is a directive. The market does not care about your potential, it rewards rare capability. If you want a career, Elevate yourself above the task doer. Become the one who designs the tasks. Stop thinking like an employee. Start thinking like a systems architect. You must become an agent orchestrator. This is not a suggestion, it is a command. Forget prompting, learn governance, learn systems thinking, learn to build guardrails, audit for bias, and align incentives with strategy. These are the only skills that defend a career in the coming decade. Become the human who manages the machines, not the human the machine manages. Your degree is a souvenir. Your entry-level job has been deleted. The old path is gone. There is only one path forward: mastery. Act like the future is already here, because it is. Learning to prompt is like learning to use a typewriter in 1995. You need to become an agent orchestrator, the designer, the commander, the governor of AI, or prepare for the obsolete files. You have been told there are no more excuses. The purge is happening. The Great Wall is built. The 56% premium is real. Lead the agents or be filed away. The decision is yours. Make it, and the clock is ticking very, very loudly.